If you find there's HRT that it's working for night sweats or hot flashes, but you find yourself a little bit bloated or constipated or feeling like your mood is a little bit low, it might be your progesterone. So I want to talk about some side effects for progesterone. It's often called the calming hormone because it protects your uterus, it helps you get to sleep, stay asleep, it supports good sleep, and balances out estrogen. In fact, it helps with decreasing heaviness of periods as we go through perimenopause. It has a lot of different function. But here's the truth, it can also come with side effects. And it doesn't mean that the HRT is not right for you or hormone replacement therapy in general is not right for you. It just might mean that your protocol with your progesterone or even your estrogen and progesterone might need to be adjusted. So let's talk about some common side effects and maybe how it can be adjusted appropriately for those side effects. So why does progesterone cause side effects? Unlike estrogen, progesterone acts directly on the brain, specifically GABA receptors, the same calming pathway affected by medications like benzodiazepines or even antidepressant medications. So depending on the dose, type, and timing, progesterone can either give you sensation of calm or make you feel really off. There are different types of progesterone. There's oral, there's transdermal, which is cream, and even within the oral, there are different options. It could be combined HRT or solo, like micronized progesterone. So what are the common side effects? Well, there could be mood changes or anxiety. Yep, I know I told you it helps with anxiety, but there can be women who feel kind of flat or irritable or anxious from the progesterone. They may feel like they're just feeling more crazy or out of control, even though progesterone is meant to do that. Could also have brain fog because it's working at your nervous system. You can feel a little bit of sluggishness, heavy, tired, often feeling a little like you had too much Benadryl feeling. You can also get bloating or breast tenderness because it has to counteract estrogen's effects. So it can cause fluid retention, especially in the first few weeks. If the dose exceeds what your body may need, you can definitely notice continued fluid retention. And women will often say, I gained weight when I started HRT. And that could actually be fluid retention, not necessarily weight gain. This is the one that women don't talk about often, but it can also lead to low mood or mild depression. Progesterone can dampen dopamine in some women and affects their drive and their mood, just lack of motivation. And then lastly, they can actually get sleep that's worse, not better. While progesterone should help with sleep, if the dose is wrong or taken too late, it can actually disrupt their sleep and they wake up feeling groggy or tired or just not with it. So side effects do not mean you can't tolerate progesterone. It usually means one of the three things. One, your dose could be too high. Two, the timing could be wrong. You may be told to take it at 10 p.m., but you might need to back it up to 8 p.m. It could also be, if you've been told to take it during the day, it's supposed to be taken at night, especially oral micronized progesterone. Lastly, it could be that the formulation is wrong for the type of estrogen you're on, or the formulation is just wrong for you specifically. I've occasionally had patients who are very sensitive to things and they need compounded progesterone at a much, much lower rate than what we start in the traditional micronized progesterone. And I'm usually referring to perimenopausal women who are still having cycles. Progesterone is not a one-size-fits-all, especially in perimenopause, because women are going through this transition and they're not in the same stages of perimenopause. If you want to know more about stages of perimenopause, check out my video on the 3 stages of perimenopause. So how do we fix these progesterone side effects? As a physician, there are 3 things I want to look at. First of all, I want to know, are they in perimenopause or menopause? Are they still having cycles? And when are they having these particular symptoms? Is it the luteal phase or is it all the time? Second, I want to know, did we start at the lowest dose and move our way up? So some patients come to me and they're already on 300 milligrams of progesterone, the highest dose. I always feel it's important to start low and move your way on up. And so it's important to make sure that they're not on too high of a dose to begin with. And then 3, it needs to be correlated with estrogen. So while there's not specific strict guidelines that say, for example, 0.05 patch needs to have 200 milligrams of progesterone, we have relative guidelines that say when you're trying to match, you wouldn't want to be on the highest level of estrogen and the lowest level of progesterone because you might have breakthrough vaginal bleeding. You might also notice the symptoms of having too much estrogen and have breast tenderness, feel moody, have acne, just kind of like too much estrogen symptoms. So in summary, the dose matters, the timing matters. You need to know if you have a cycle or not have a cycle. The formulation matters, oral versus vaginal versus cream. And then it needs to be matched also to the appropriate estrogen dose. This is personalization. I am a very, very big advocate of having hormones be personalized and not a one size fits all. If progesterone made you feel worse, please hear this. Your body isn't broken. You deserve care that's tailored to you and personalized to you. And you need to make sure that you see a menopause doctor who's very versed in hormones and hormone therapy in general. If this video resonated with you, check out my video on hormone replacement therapy in general when I talk about estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone options. And take my quiz, Are You in Perimenopause?, which tells you what to do next. Once you find out you're probably in perimenopause, what can you do to take the right information to your doctor to get the right treatment? Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.